As promised, there is the Liverpool Tech 21 Liverpool pedal, which is a AC30 Vox AC30 amp modeling pedal. I'm going to zoom in settings for you. There you go. You can't get any clearer than that. Now, unfortunately, I apologize. These knobs have changed since my bad cover. The bad cover had a little less character, more to the left. The bad cover had a tad more mid, a little less lows to the left, and a little more highs. But it was generally this setup. They were just a little less character, more high, less low, and a little more mid. But that was a little too bright for me, and now I'm working on settings for Pride. The version will be live in Paris in I think it's the 80s. So this is getting close to that core tone, but it's still very close to for bad, and this is essentially the setup I'm going to use going forward for all songs, because it doesn't have too much high, not too much lows. It seems to be just right to my liking. So these settings are now pretty close to the model, the AXFX model that I've already shown you in the AXFX, the amp model. I have essentially made my AXFX amp model close to these settings. The mid, when you put it up too high, is going to give you more drive. The volume comes up a little. The character, the same thing. As you bring the character up, it has more mids, more darkness, and more drive, more volume. So when you move these, move them very subtly and carefully. And when you move one, it's going to affect the tone of the other. So if you might change the character and go left, it's going to be much thinner and brighter. But if you do that, then what you might want to do is bring your highs down. And if you bring the character up and get that more darker tone, then bring your lows down. So it's not linear. You have to try to, when you move one thing, you need to change another thing. So keep that in mind when working with this pedal. That's something that I learned. But it is a great, great pedal. So I think now we've covered the AXFX amp model, the Liverpool pedal, and I also covered the my Korg. There's my Korg delay. For all those that are wondering, there, right there, that is a STD 3000 digital delay by Korg, one of Edge's, if not the favorite delay of Edge's favorite delay. There's a preamp in there that everyone loves that gives you a great tone, and people have built pedals with the circuit of the preamp in that digital delay. So when you run that unit into this unit, I'll do a video on that. That'll be good. I'm going to run the actual STD 3000 delay into the Liverpool. There is the Korg A2. There's the Sound Sculpture switcher. And there is the famous AXFX. Oh, by the way, right there, I bought that unit from Jason. That is a Liverpool in a half rack unit. So I have two Liverpools. I'm going to put them in loops and have two different settings if I need them. There's an OD2 drive back there. And last but not least, here's my settings on the triad. So this triad down there is the preamp to the Korg digital delay. Okay, so that Korg digital delay unit right there, this has the same preamp circuit in it, but it has more volume, more gain, and less noise. So for bad, there's the level. For my bad cover, I had the level about right there. And you have to turn on that preamp. There you go. Thanks for watching.